What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Monday. Honestly, the drama is hot today. I feel like the drama is real hot. I am not focused on myself or you two because I am too focused on Olivia Wilde right now. I could not stop reading up on all of this all weekend. And so I guess I'll ask you guys how you're doing, but I want to dive into that pretty soon. So how are you guys?
Doesn't seem like you really care, so we'll just say we're good and move on. No,
I do care. I care about you guys. How was your weekend?
I'm having a great weekend. I actually have an absolutely absurd story to tell. Something I've never witnessed before in my entire life. It'll be so crazy.
No, I'm kidding. I want to hear it.
You're gonna freak out. So, first of all, festival that we went to, Beach Road weekend, ton of fun. Saturday we did not go, but we went out Saturday night and we are at a bar that's going to remain unnamed. And they always have live music and you get a funky crowd there sometimes. The way the back room is set up is there's like a little stage, but then they have like these big booths in the back where people can still eat dinner. But at this point, everybody's cleared out. It's, people are having a fun time. It's packed. There is a couple that are so fucked up. They're in the back and they're like making out. Then it starts to get a little bit more. And me and the people around me are turning around being like, oh my God, what is happening? And somebody attempted to say something to them. They stopped. 5 minutes later, I turn around. This woman, the man is under the table. His face is in her vagina. Like just full blown.
Oh my God.
Full blown oral sex happening at the bar. And we're like, me and 15 other people are just like, because it's packed enough where if you're by the band, you wouldn't even know that this was happening. But if you were kind of towards the back, you were like, wait, I'm sorry. What is going on? Eventually,
that's illegal.
Eventually, one of the security guys caught wind of what was happening. He had to go. He had to break it up. He had to pull the guy out from under the table.
What? She didn't even get to finish?
It was. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. I was floored. It was a wild scene.
That is actually insane. You always hear stories like that where you see videos online, right? Like viral videos, like, look at these two maniacs in public, but you never actually see it. I thought you were going to say they got up on stage and started fornicating.
I wouldn't have been surprised. She was in a skirt and he was just like...
easy access.
He was just right up. He was just right up in there.
Oh,
she was sitting there, head back, laying in the booth. Like,
holy shit. Wow.
Like eyes closed. Like I swear to God, I'm looking at my friend and we're both like, are we, is this really happening directly in front of our face right now?
What gives people the right? Honestly, It's not even one of those things that I respect. Like sometimes you hear something and you're like, I respect that. I don't respect that at all.
And it's just so like unsanitary.
Yes,
like This is not a clean environment. Like this is like a dive bar type scene.
Right.
Like,
your coochie's on the booth gonna catch a UTI or something.
Yeah. You're catching something, that's for sure. I've never witnessed something like that before in my life. That is
very much worth telling, and I'm glad you shared it with everybody. Because that is quite frankly absurd.
It's just absolutely burned into my brain.
That is crazy. My parents are in Nashville right now, and it just reminded me how much fun we had there. I want to go back. They keep sending. They're obsessed. They love it.
Nashville is awesome.
They're like, this is the best place ever, and they're having a blast. And now I want to go back there. I want to do another show there. Okay, everybody, I want to do another show in Nashville, just as an excuse to go to Nashville.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into the topics for today because I don't owe anybody an apology, but we need to clear some things up because The fact that the podcast came out on Friday and then everything with Olivia Wilde and Shia LaBeouf came out on Friday was awful because people were listening to our podcast on Friday night being like, how are these two bitches defending her and worshiping the ground she walks on? And I was like, oh, we didn't know. So let's get into it.
And they didn't know either.
No, they didn't.
If everyone listening was listening on Thursday, if it was live, it would have played. Now, granted, if you played back the segment, you could put the curb music behind it because that's basically where we're at right now.
Yep. Mr. and Mrs. Know-It-Alls that are like, oh, when I was listening, I couldn't believe it. It's like, well, we recorded on Thursday.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. We're going to start off with the Olivia Wilde, Shia LaBeouf drama that keeps unfolding. Vanderpump Rules. Sheena Shea got married this weekend, and it seems like Raquel and Tom Schwartz may have hooked up. The Bachelor in Paradise cast was revealed, and J-Lo is upset right now because a video of her singing to Ben at her wedding was released, and that video was never supposed to be seen by the people, the normies like us. And she's upset that somebody went against the NDA and release that video. We also have a great game of trivia and an interview with Hero Fiennes Tiffin. So let's get into it, starting off with Olivia Wilde. Today is Monday when you're listening to this, I think, which means, it's a long day for us. We got The Bachelorette at night. We got Cutting Stems right after. Sometimes we're sitting in the office and we just want to take a second to relax. And that's why it's perfect. We have our new Yogi Bow in our studio that is perfect, and it's a comfort that conforms to your body. It's a chair, it's a couch, it's a recliner. It could be anything in between, whatever you want it to be. It conforms to your body to fit you perfectly. The furniture is guaranteed to bring joy and style to any space. Ours is a lovely pink that matches our studio. You could put in a living room, gaming room, a dorm room, a studio, whatever it is, an office, and it's perfect to just sit back, relax in, or even do your work. So as you get ready to go back to school, as you get ready to get back into the swing of things for fall, reinvent your space with a couple of Yogi Bows. Visit yogibow.com/chicks and use code CHICKS for 25% off your order. Okay, settle down, everybody. We have seen the tapes. We have read the emails. We are now caught up, and hopefully by the time this is released, there are no other things coming out to shed light on this Olivia Wilde, Shia LaBeouf, Florence Pugh, Harry Styles drama. So the last time we spoke about this, Olivia Wilde did an interview with Variety, and she came across very smart and intelligent, and she talked about how she fired Shia LaBeouf because he wasn't working well with the cast, and that's her number one priority, and Harry Styles was always the number one choice, and blah, 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 blah. Then this interview comes out. We talk about it. Boom. Friday, it's revealed Florence Pugh will not be doing press for Don't Worry, Darling. The only thing she will be attending is the Venice Film Festival. So then all of a sudden, everyone's eyebrows, they raise, and we go,
Well, the Shia stuff came out first.
So I saw the Florence stuff first, which was weird. Okay, but Shia stuff,
that is weird. The Shia LaBeouf emailed or spoke to somebody at Variety. That came out like Friday morning.
Variety's big on emails, as we saw Harry Styles emailed into Variety for Olivia Wilde's interview. So Shia LaBeouf emails Variety and
with the receipts.
Long story short, says he was not fired from Don't Worry, Darling. That's not what happened, and he knows that that is the clickbaity headline to go with, but that is not what happened. Then a video gets released of Olivia Wilde to Shia LaBeouf, a video she sent to Shia, which we will play.
Shia, I just went riding my horse, very sweaty, but I wanted to reach out because I feel like I'm not ready to give up on this yet, and I too am heartbroken, and I want to figure this out. And you know, I think this might be a bit of a wake-up call for Miss Flo, and I want to know if you're open to giving this a shot with me, with us. If she really commits, if she really puts her mind and heart into it at this point. And if you guys can make peace, and I respect your point of view, I respect hers, but if you guys can do it, what do you think? Is there hope? Is there hope? Will you let me know? Okay, bye.
And it seems to me in this video, Olivia Wilde is basically putting blame on Florence Pugh, going against whatever Florence's requests were again about Shia. Maybe she didn't feel comfortable with Shia. That's what I'm gaining from this. And Olivia Wilde is going against that and basically, begging Shia LaBeouf to work it out and be in the movie. And then she calls Florence Pugh Miss Flo, which came across very condescending and has the internet in a tizzy.
It sucks because I still think she made so many great points in her Variety interview, which Olivia did, but now it's just like you lose credibility if the story you were trying to sell is that his methods were not conducive to her directing environment. That's basically what she was alluding to, saying, it was decided that his methods were not going to work with their production. She didn't outright say we fired him, but the way she told it, it made it seem like he was then let go from the project because of these things. Now, obviously, when Shia comes through with the receipts, it doesn't look good. The video is not good. She clearly was fighting as much as she could to keep him on the film. And timeline-wise, this happened before the FKA Twigs suit. So they were filming this before that had come out. And now it feels like, because that came out, maybe they decided that they were going to go with this story of him being fired. Now, I have a question. And I don't know if we have the answer to it right now. I could look it up. But remember when she directed that music video that he was in, Shia?
Yes.
And they had all those issues?
Yes.
When was that?
I gotta look that up right now.
Was that, because it was like, was that after they filmed this? Before they filmed this? And that's because I thought she already had.
No, she left the music video with Shia.
Olivia Wilde left the music video.
She exited the music video starring Shia LaBeouf.
When was that?
This was October 23rd. No, wait. That's when they announced. This article I'm reading is from January 6, 2021.
January 6th, 2021.
Is when
So that's pre them filming this movie.
Yeah, all these articles about this music video was around the beginning of January 2021.
So I guess it was all kind of happening at the same time.
All right, news broke December 24th, revealing the reason Shia LaBeouf was replaced Harry Styles on Olivia Wilde's new directorial effort is because the filmmaker fired LaBeouf due to his poor behavior in pre-production.
Filming of Don't Worry Darling was January and February 2021.
Okay. The music video that they filmed was released October 23rd of 2020, it seems.
Okay, so it was before. That. See, this is all so bizarre to me. Like, if that scenario happened and she had left a project that he was a part of.
After the video's debut, that's when FKA Twigs revealed the lawsuit.
So that was December, I think that was December 2020, right?
It seems like the music video and all of that happened December 2020. The articles started coming out, more articles started coming out around beginning of January 2021.
Okay, so
they started clashing over the music video after he was fired from the film.
After he was.
This is what this article says. Olivia Wilde and Shia LaBeouf clashed over music video after film firing. Wilde reportedly told LaBeouf, "I'm out." Olivia Wilde and Shia LaBeouf reportedly clashed during the production of a music video after he was fired from forthcoming film Don't Worry, Darling. LaBeouf was replaced by Harry Styles on Don't Worry, but also butted heads with Wilde separately while working on the music video. The video released on October 23rd features Margaret Qualley alongside Shia LaBeouf. Special thanks to Olivia is listed in the credits. So do we know exactly when Don't Worry, Darling was filmed?
Yeah, January and February 2021.
Okay, so
they were probably in pre-production
right,
because
so,
obviously Shia LaBeouf didn't film the movie.
Yeah, so
they filmed the movie January, February 2021 with Harry Styles.
I'm assuming the music video and the pre-production of Don't Worry, Darling happened around the same time. If I'm taking it away from these articles correctly, it's that he was fired, she was working on the music video, then left the music video. Or he wasn't fired.
Okay.
He left. Whatever it is, because apparently he wasn't fired. I don't know what the correct answer is to this, but I'm gathering that some people are bringing up the fact that there may be half-truths to both. Like, maybe she did try to get him to come work, and then it ended up not working, and then he was let go.
Yeah.
And
the FKA Twigs filed this. That happened December 2020.
Yes.
So it was all kind of right in tandem of them working together, the music video, the problems with the movie, FKA Twigs, and then them actually filming the movie with Harry. So I don't know. That's why I do kind of agree with the half-truths thing where there was probably some issues. Olivia pushed to have it work. The most telling thing to me here now is that Florence Pugh really is not doing any press for this movie. Like that is crazy to me. That is just like, if that's just a sign that she literally wants nothing to do with this project. Nothing. She doesn't care if it succeeds, if it fails. Like if you cared a little bit, you're doing press for the movie because that's how not like the movie needs additional press because there's been nothing but a shitstorm around this movie. So maybe in her mind, she's like, look, everyone's going to see this movie anyway. I don't feel like having to answer questions about Olivia. I'm not doing any press.
Yeah, I think that is the most telling sign as well. I think if there were no issues, someone would come out like Olivia Wilde and Florence Pugh and they would say, there's no fucking issues. Okay, we're doing press for the movie. Let's get on with the show. People would stop talking about it. But nobody has addressed that direct. So now everyone's speculating. There's so much talk about this movie. People are going to want to see it anyway because of all the drama. I do think it's sort of taking away from the movie a little bit. I think that people are going to be looking at the movie in a way different lens. They're going to be way more judgmental, way more critical. I now understand, though, the concern of Olivia Wilde because at first I was like, why is everyone hating on Olivia and Harry? Why is everyone hating on Olivia and Harry? I do agree that in her second film directing, her getting together with the main character is probably not the best look.
Right.
Now,
It's just...
do I believe if they love each other, they should be together? Yes, but if Florence Pugh...
Because let's also remember, this is not the first time that a director and an actor has gotten together. I feel like she gets more criticism about it because she's a female director. It happens with male directors all the time.
No. I am not saying that. I'm saying it's her second movie. Like, it's not like she's been in the game. I think what people are, they're like, this is only her second film and she's already hooking up with the actors, you know?
Right.
And now I'm not so like, ew, how could she do that? I don't really care, but I can understand people's points about it. Like,
yeah. And I also,
you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel so strongly one way or the other, but
sleeping with coworkers is disgusting, in my opinion.
It is despicable and disgusting, and anybody who does it should be torn apart over the internet. Okay.
Well, look, there's the Shia LaBeouf aspect of this all too is just like, okay, wait, now we all just believe everything Shia LaBeouf says. Like this man's off his rocker too. And now he's on this whole, and he writes this whole letter and he talks about his sobriety now. And I've been reading these articles about him this weekend. He did this interview with a bishop because he's converted to Catholicism now. And he actually says that the FK Twigs speaking out is the best thing that's happened, and she's like a saint in his life now, is a miraculous event. It's all absolute craziness on his end as well. So look, I think he's got a wild method. He definitely does. I think clearly he was going through quite a lot during this time. So if he was very difficult to work with and Olivia was not exactly advocating for Florence maybe as much as she should have and was still trying to get Shia LaBeouf to do this movie, then yeah, that's a bad look, 100%. But now the absolute tearing apart of Olivia Wilde because we're all just 100% going with what Shia LaBeouf is saying, I'm not on board for that either.
Well, I'm no Shia LaBeouf supporter. Like this isn't, hey, we're now team Shia LaBeouf. To me, this is, hey, we're team Florence Pugh. And it seems like she disrespected Florence. That was my takeaway from this. And I'm not talking about Shia LaBeouf's spoken word. I'm talking about the video evidence of Olivia Wilde that she sent to Shia LaBeouf saying, Miss Flo, this is a wake-up call for Miss Flo. Like the way that she talked about Florence Pugh, I thought was very condescending. And I think this is all about supporting Florence Pugh rather than supporting Shia LaBeouf or Olivia Wilde. I think the more it's revealed, I think it's more pointing to the fact that I don't think Olivia Wilde treated Florence Pugh the way that Florence Pugh wanted to be treated on set, having to do with, number one, the Shia LaBeouf stuff. She wasn't comfortable with that. And two, her relationship with, then having a relationship with Harry Styles on set that some have claimed to be unprofessional and disrespectful to the cast and crew. Others have claimed otherwise. So for me, this is about the respect of Florence Pugh, and it seems like she has been disrespected during the filming of this movie and afterwards, and which is why she's not doing press.
Yeah. My takeaway is that Olivia Wilde might be a little faker than
she's a little bit phony.
I had thought. That was like that's a little phony. That's kind of like you're trying to do damage control to cover up your tracks, and there is something that is just a really gross feeling when you have a woman talking about advocating for women and trying to fight the patriarchy and all these things that she talked about in that interview and how she wants this movie to be perceived, and to then have this come out where it's like, okay, well, you're now you've kind of lost some credibility here where, and it just sucks because the points she was making were good points, but now it's coming out of the mouth of someone that you may not now trust because of what actually may have happened. So that's super unfortunate, and wish that didn't go down like this. And now it really is nuts how this is going to continue at this point, because there's going to be some press at the Venice Film Festival. What Olivia Wilde's press looks like now is going to be very interesting as well, because she's going to have to address this if she is going to do some press tour for this movie. Would be kind of wild if they were just like, you know what? we don't have to, let's not do any press. We're going to do the Venice Film Festival. Everyone's going to see the movie, and let's just cancel everything, because they're going to have to answer to this. If Harry does press, he's going to have to answer to this. So there's definitely probably threw a wrench in their plans of how Olivia wanted this press tour to go, now that Florence is not going to be participating at all, and Shia LaBeouf had decided to blow this thing up 3 weeks before the movie.
And Harry's doing a tour. So
yeah,
who knows about this press, but I think everyone's going to see it anyway. I mean, I'm excited to watch the film, because what if this is like one of the best movies anybody's ever seen? And then after that, everyone's, holy fuck, all these people deserve awards.
Yeah, it's gonna be
interesting.
I don't know. It's funny because I've seen a lot of people doing polls of like, has all the drama made you want to see the movie more or less? And it's been kind of split. Like, some people are like, fuck this, I don't want to see the movie now. Some people are like, oh my God, I need to see the movie. So it's interesting because it's definitely going both ways. But we will be seeing the movie.
We
obviously.
will have to see this movie. A little Vanderpump Rules drama for your Monday morning. I love when I'm interested in something in Vanderpump Rules, because once upon a time, it was the OG favorite. It was the best reality show on TV for a little bit, and it went severely downhill. But this weekend, Sheena Shea got married to Brock. They already have a baby together. They got married this weekend. Looked like a beautiful wedding. But on top of that, it has been reported that allegedly Tom Schwartz and Raquel have hooked up, and Raquel was James Kennedy's ex-fiance. They hooked up over the weekend. There were rumors that they hooked up over Coachella. Tom Schwartz said he wasn't even at Coachella, so that didn't happen. But now it seems like there may be some truth to this. Tom Schwartz then posted on his Instagram after with a picture with James Kennedy. So then everyone was even more confused, because they were like, is James maybe okay with this? You know, what's going on here? I think that the internet is more upset than Katie and James are about this. For some reason, I weirdly get the suspicion that James Kennedy does not care. And maybe I'm so wrong, but because
that would be pretty off. That would be pretty off brand for James.
It would
Kennedy.
be off brand, but the fact that Tom Schwartz posted a picture with James Kennedy yesterday made me think he was putting out a signal like, "Hey guys, me and James are fine." And if James was at the wedding,
I don't know if I even believe any of this. Like, that's kind of where my mind went when I saw this. Where it was like a story about them hooking up. I just don't even know if I believe this. And now, yes, where there's smoke, there's fire. And there has been some stories about these two in the last couple of months getting close. I feel like that this is not the first time I've seen this. But for some reason, I'm not sold on this one. I don't know. And I think the show has slowed down so much. I think they are filming right now. I think they might be trying to create some buzz around a new season. Like you said, Ria, you have not been interested at all, and this spiked your interest, which makes me think that it could all just be a tactic to get some people interested again, because the show's been dying, that they need some buzz around it, and they kind of created this narrative here. But they all just are getting along just fine with Tom posting with James, and, maybe they got a little too close. Somebody sent in a story of them hooking up. I don't know. Maybe it's just because they, as a couple, it makes no sense to me. Somebody did see it. I think there was a video or a picture or something where it looked like Katie was yelling at Schwartz. So
there's also been articles recently about how Schwartz and Katie say they're the best divorced couple. But that only goes so far until somebody does something to piss the other one off, like hooking up with Raquel. Could be something to set Katie off.
Yeah. Yeah, like this could just all be if this is happening for the show, then people are going to watch. It's good drama. This Hollywood Life article said that according to their source, who was a guest at the wedding on Tuesday, the wedding was Tuesday of last week, Tom and Raquel were trying to be sneaky when they were caught by Katie. Prior to the actual ceremony, the day of, I saw Tom and Raquel heavily making out in an underwater cave at the hotel. Several other people did too, as it was not that private of an area. Katie went off and cameras were rolling on the entire thing. She was screaming at them and they were yelling back. The eyewitness also told us that Tom and Raquel, who were seen getting super cozy just days prior at Sheena and Brock's welcome wedding white party on Sunday, were trying to keep their makeout sessions private, but they were not doing a very good job at it. I saw them kissing several times that same day, but prior to that incident, I saw them making out in the spa area. They had their hands all over each other. So that source, who was apparently at the wedding, saw them making out in tons of locations, and didn't seem like Katie was too happy about it. So I don't know.
I would imagine Katie's not happy with it, but I'm sticking with my point that James doesn't care. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I just want to go fair. a different direction and say that James doesn't care.
I could also see James really trying to sell like, oh, I don't care. I have a new girlfriend. Like, he's got his girlfriend. Like, he's just like, whatever, Tom, and trying to like be above it, which, like I said, would be off brand, but maybe that's the way he's going to play it. If this all does go down on the show, it will be great television, which does make me think that there could be ulterior motives for all this coming out. But like I said, we're talking about it, and it looks like the drama, we could be getting some good drama for another season. Okay, guys, the Bachelor in Paradise cast has been released. Now, this always is interesting. It's not everybody, of course, because you have new people coming down those steps to meet people, and you know that they always save some really good characters to come in after, the first couple of weeks, all those things. They announced this week that the Bachelor in Paradise cast includes Andrew. He was on Katie's season. We all remember Andrew. We got Casey from Michelle's season. I don't know if anybody really remembers him. He was one of the older fellas on everybody. He's the one that I think everybody said looked like Dax Shepard, if I remember correctly. Shanae is going to be on there. Obviously, Clayton's season. We knew that one was happening. She was the villain of the season. Genevieve is going to be on there. The hot seat from Clayton's Women Tell All pinned those two against each other. So that checks out. Jill from Clayton's season. She wasn't involved too much in the drama. Sierra from Clayton's season. Sierra kind of played that role of feeding Clayton information that he sometimes took and sometimes didn't. We have Justin from Katie's season. He, I don't know why. The only fact I can think of right now is that he did those paintings. That's what I'm remembering. Brandon from Michelle's season. That's a good get. He's, obviously finished at the top of that season. I think he had his eyes on Serene. I'm pretty sure when he was watching Clayton's season, if I remember correctly, I feel like he was posting a lot about Serene. Haley from Clayton's season. I don't know who this person is at all. Never seen her before. Haley from Clayton's season.
People that I am like, okay, I guess I'll get to know you in Paradise, because I don't really know anybody, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, the Entertainment Weekly article that I'm looking at that's posted all the cast, it's like they write last seen on, what season they were on, and then it says best known for. And for hers, which Kristen Baldwin wrote, which she's very funny. Her Bachelor content is very funny. She wrote for Haley. To be honest, I'm not fully convinced she actually was a contestant. Our producer's gaslighting us, like literally who is this? Never seen her. Michael A. We all know him from Katie season. We remember him as obviously the single dad who departed from Katie season early. He will be on Paradise. Teddy. We love Teddy. She's great. She was on Clayton season. I think a lot of people thought Teddy would be a great fit for Andrew because people always love to pair people up before they get to the beach. Lace. I think if you saw a spoiler, this was kind of out there for a while, but this is now official that Lace is returning to Bachelor in Paradise. She was last seen on the 3rd season of Bachelor in Paradise where she did get engaged to Grant that season, and then they had split up after that. So she's headed back. They always love to throw somebody random on here, and this season that's Lace. We're getting Lace back. So I don't think if anybody had Lace on their Bachelor in Paradise bingo card, good for you, because she probably the last person I think would be going back on the show. Serene, like I said, it looked like Brandon had his eyes on Serene. She was on Clayton season. Romeo from Michelle's season. Don't really remember him. Brittany from Matt's season. Brittany. This is best known for being one of the 5 women who arrived in episode 4 of Matt's season and then quickly becoming the target of a nasty and false rumor. Oh yes, that was with the other girl from Chicago. The girls from Chicago. I remember now. I think that's what that was. Kira, who's on Clayton season. No, don't really remember her. Jacob, who we know from this past season with Gabby and Rachel. Jacob is the one that told Gabby if she was the only bachelorette that he would leave the show. So glad we got him in Paradise. Hunter's from Clayton season. Once again, some of these girls left fairly early on their season. And then the last reveal is Logan, who we obviously know from Gabby and Rachel, who jumped back and forth between the two of them and then got eliminated because he tested positive for COVID. So I guess he's getting a second chance at love here on Paradise. Of course, there's going to be way more guys from Gabby and Rachel's season. They just can't announce it yet because the season's not over, but I feel like we're going to have a bunch more from that season show up on the beach. But I will say, at first glance, no surprises. Lace is probably the biggest one. Everybody else, I think we totally expected to be going to Paradise. And then there's some that are like just really
I don't think I loved any of the past seasons to love the people going on Paradise. Like the way that we love Serena and Joe.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't think that I have any attachment to these people in any way to be like, yes, they're going to Paradise. So I guess we'll just have to see how the season plays out.
But I know we were excited for Serena and Joe to go on, but I feel like you didn't get fully invested in that until you saw them as a couple.
No, I just meant as people. Like the people going on that season, I was more excited about. Sorry. I was more excited about. Whereas this season, I'm like, okay, we'll see what happens.
I know. I think there's a lot of couples that people were predicting. Like I said, Brandon and Serene, Andrew and Teddy. I think a lot of people were just pairing up in their minds. So we'll see if that plays out or if they listen to the public's opinion and try and go out on dates. Like if you are like me and saw a potential spoiler from Wells and Sarah's wedding, you might be able to put 2 and 2 together from this cast being put out. I'm not going to say anything more than that because I don't want to spoil anything. But if you did, I just got, if you saw it, I saw it. We're in this together. That's all I have to say. Oh boy. J-Lo is not happy after a video of her serenading Ben Affleck at their wedding was posted online. It was sold by somebody. She is in one of her wedding dresses. She's got background dancers. She's putting on a full-blown performance. Now, nothing sometimes makes me more uncomfortable, even if you're just a regular person, like even if you're not famous, and at your wedding, you have a routine for your now husband or wife where they have to sit in a chair with nobody else around and just like watch. To me, save that for when no one else is around, because it's uncomfortable to watch as a viewer. It feels like you're watching a very intimate moment. And watching the video, I think everyone's reaction was like, "Oh boy, this is so cringe!" Like I'm uncomfortable watching this.
To watch. I didn't
really. I kind of got. It was a tough watch for me,
because I was like, "Oh, everyone seems to be so wildly uncomfortable. Let me watch this video." And then I watched, and I was like, "It's J-Lo putting on a performance for Ben, her husband." Like,
I know, and it's not necessarily the J-Lo aspect. It's just the aspect of having to put your significant other like solo in a chair where you just smile. It's like, this is nice. Like, it's like, I don't know. That to me is a funky, to me, it's more like for Ben Affleck, but J-Lo's a performer. She's going to perform at her wedding. The news that she performed for Ben Affleck at the wedding, that did not shock me at all. Like that, I was like, of course you did. That totally makes sense. Seeing the video is another story. And then, like I said, she posted on a fan account a comment on Instagram being like, "This is such an invasion of privacy. We were so upset. Everyone at our wedding had to sign NDAs. So somebody broke this and sold this very private, beautiful moment for my husband." And she was, granted, very, very upset by it. I would not be surprised if J-Lo tracked this person down. I don't know how you would do that, but just find out who was the leak. Gutsy move being the one to take this video and sell it to the press. Why would you want to be the
one to piss off J-Lo? Because they're going to find out who it was. I'm sure there was cameras around at the venue of some sort that can maybe figure this out. I don't know why you would want to piss off J-Lo. I don't know why you'd go against the NDA. It's for J-Lo's website. It's for private fans are the ones who want to see this.
She's like, all my content that I do want to share is on the J-Lo, guys. Okay. This is not where, Ria, did you see the video of Heather Morris from Glee talking about how it was on a podcast, and she was talking about how she was at an audition for J-Lo background dancers one day. And this was years ago, I think. And they had been through auditions all day. And at the end, J-Lo comes into the room and says to the group, like, are any of you Virgos? Raise your hand. Like, in the group, people that are Virgos raise their hand. And she goes, Thank you all for coming. We'll no longer need you. Like, just solely cut them because they were.
She's a Leo.
Virgos. She said this. She did this on the Just Saying with Justin Martindale podcast, that she had auditioned to dance for J-Lo on one of her tours. And J-Lo was not there for majority of the audition. She showed up towards the end of it, and after rounds and rounds of dancers had already been cut. So Heather was like, more. She said even though she didn't see this firsthand, she and Lopez decided to ask the dancers about their astrological signs. She came in for the very last part of it to see the dancers that were left, to meet everybody. I wasn't there, so this is hearsay. But she walks in the room and she said, "Thank you so much. You guys have worked so hard. By a show of hands, if there are any Virgos in the room, can you just raise your hand?" and then she said, apparently she whispered to an assistant, and then she looked at everyone and said, "Thank you so much for coming."
That's unreal. That is such a J-Lo move.
Yeah. And Heather, she did say that it was hearsay, that she had heard it secondhand, but that it was still, Heather's claims that this did happen. So, and I will say I totally believe this. Like, I totally believe this would happen. J-Lo is very into
no, I don't doubt this for a second. I think it's such a J-Lo move, and I don't hate it. Like, if it was anybody else, I would hate it, but it's so J-Lo Like, she doesn't want any. She doesn't. So maybe that's why her
I
and
know.
Beyonce have never worked together.
Virgos, you're out of here. Me and JLo
That's
apparently
wild.
we would not
they
get
say
along.
Leos and Virgos wouldn't get along, but me and you were doing just fine.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Look at us.
Or
Defying
not.
the odds. I know. Yeah. Or true. Good point. No, I thought that was so crazy, but yeah, JLo very upset about the video being put on. It was truly also. Noah, you watched the movie. I feel like did you watch Marry Me, Noah?
Yeah, I did. I actually liked it.
Yeah, you did. I remember you saying that. I felt like this
Yeah.
I was watching a scene from Marry Me. Like I was like, this would
That's what we were
be
joking
something
about, like,
her
in the
character
movie,
would
like,
do
she's really
in
just
that movie.
playing herself, like.
Yeah, exactly. So it did feel like it could have been straight out of that movie.
We are about to get into a great game of trivia with our new friends, Pat and Shannon. We had a great game here, but first we want to talk about the fact that, yes, summer is winding down. September is right around the corner, which means fall is right around the corner, but that does not mean the vibe has to stop, and that does not mean the Vizzies have to stop. This means we need to kick them up more than ever right now. Vizzy has great flavors that we absolutely love. They use all the fruits, okay? They don't discriminate. They got blueberry pomegranate, strawberry kiwi, watermelon kiwi, strawberry, all different flavors, and they also have the Vizzy mimosa that is super refreshing and has strawberry orange, pineapple orange, peach orange, pomegranate orange, all great flavors that you don't have to just drink in the morning like a mimosa. You could drink it all day long. And if you want to shake things up, get a Vizzy variety pack with a couple of different flavors in there. The first pack has strawberry kiwi, blueberry pomegranate, like I mentioned, black cherry lime, pineapple mango. The other one is watermelon strawberry, raspberry tangerine, papaya passion fruit, and blackberry lemon. Like I said, they use all the fruits out there. Vizzy Hard Seltzer is perfect for every vibe, so go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks to find Vizzy near you. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/chicks, and to hear more about the latest flavors, to hear more about the latest flavors, sign up at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. You must be 21 and up. Remember, celebrate responsibly. And this is coming from Molson Coors Beverage Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria Fran. This is game 47, and we are joined by the lovely Pat and Shannon. They worked their way to get onto this trivia show, and they are now here, so welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us. Very excited.
So you two are a couple, which we always have to ask because we do get, brother, sister, duos, husband, wife, that all different kinds of combinations. So you guys are in a relationship, which is very exciting.
Sounds like
we sound like we're in couples therapy.
I know. So tell us. So we actually, couples are normally play pretty well against us. Just throwing that out there. It's a good combination. So we'll see what happens.
Your chemistry will show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right?
we should
Yeah,
do a
it's like a
follow-up and see, like,
And rate their
or in
chemistry.
order to see, like, if couples are still together.
Yeah, like, where are they now?
Yeah.
Trivia broke them apart.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So here are the rules. There are going to be 15 questions, and whoever has the most points at the end is the winner. If you get a question wrong, the other team can steal the point. And to determine what team goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We have to guess the Rotten Tomato score. We'll go back and forth. Each person gets one guess. We'll alternate guesses, and whoever is closest will get to go first. So Noah, what is today's movie?
Today's movie is Don't Look Up. I was watching that last night. Rewatching it.
Okay. The Adam McKay movie?
Yes, with Leonardo DiCaprio.
I didn't like it.
Okay.
I liked it.
I fell asleep during it. So.
Oh my goodness.
That makes sense.
I liked it.
I liked it.
Huh. Okay. One of you guys go first.
I'm going to go 38.
82.
I'm gonna go 21.
63.
Oh, wow.
Fran's the closest. It's 56.
Nice. Okay, right in the middle.
I was gonna go in the 50s. I went a little bit higher. I remember because I do remember when it came out. It had so much hype. because of the cast, and then everyone was like, "Oh, it's getting like bad reviews."
Yeah. I liked it.
I did as well. Okay, great.
All right, and you're rewarded with a Harry Potter question.
Oh, just right off the bat.
Yeah.
Oh my
gonna be a
god,
good
this
game.
this
See,
could
the thing with the Harry Potter
ruin
questions
the
is, like,
whole game for me.
I'm automatically out.
Not true. I mean, you've seen
No,
it.
I've seen them, but I only saw them all once. So it's like,
Yeah.
how am I going to know these hard questions?
this could ruin the entire game for me right here, right off the bat.
All right, question number 1. Shout out Taylor from Hamden, Connecticut. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Dumbledore tells Harry that as difficult times lie ahead, he will have to make a choice between blank and blank.
As difficult times lie ahead.
15 seconds.
Let's make a choice between. I have literally no idea.
5 seconds. Nothing.
I got nothing.
All right.
I got nothing.
Shannon and Pat. Nothing.
This is a tough one. I'm definitely thrown off, but I'm thinking. Can you repeat the question again, real quick, actually?
In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Dumbledore tells Harry that as difficult times lie ahead, he will have to make a choice between blank and blank.
I feel like it has to do with like relationships or friendships versus winning. So I'm gonna go friendships and winning.
Incorrect. The correct answer is what is right and what is easy.
Classic.
Wow.
It could have been easier if I said between what is blank and what is blank. You know,
Yeah.
That's okay.
I was thinking of
like
one.
one word.
I was
Yeah.
thinking of one word.
All right. Well,
You should have gave us. You should have said from what is blank 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 and blank blank blank.
yeah.
That would have.
You heard her, Taylor, from Hamden, Connecticut.
Oh, rats! All right, that one was kind of tough, so I'm not going to beat myself up
There's
on
another
that one.
Harry Potter question.
Great!
Are you kidding me?
Not right now, but
Oh,
coming
okay.
up.
I feel like you really should only do one a game. That would be
This-
fair. That would be fair to
This
Ria.
isn't Harry Potter trivia.
Yeah.
Like, and everybody knows I've only seen the movies one time. Like,
It's just don't blame the people writing the question.
no, I know
Blame Noah.
it's
Oh.
crazy that you would put multiple Harry Potter. Like, whatever, move on. I don't care. It's just trivia.
First, we don't have enough, and then we have too much.
All right, continue.
All right, question number 2. Shout out Asia from Gilbert, Arizona. And this is to Shannon and Pat. In The Devil Wears Prada, what does Nigel say it means when Miranda purses her lips?
Ooh.
All of you. I don't know.
When she purses her lips, I think it means she doesn't like it. I can like imagine the scene.
15 seconds.
I think when she purses her lips, that means like that's a no-go. She doesn't like it. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
I can't remember if that's what she does when it's like acceptable or it's like when it's really bad.
Let's say acceptable. Means it's a good thing.
I feel like
10 seconds.
I feel like it's really bad.
Okay, so let's go that then. I feel like you've seen it more than I have.
5.
Let's go the other way. I can't decide.
Time's
It's acceptable that she thinks it's okay.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Catastrophe.
catastrophe. Yeah, really bad. Okay. If I said really bad, would that have
No.
counted? Okay. All right.
Okay.
Catastrophe.
Okay. So I was never coming up with
Yeah,
catastrophe
yeah. All right.
anyway.
All right, question number 3 to Ria and Fran, still tied up at 0. Shout out Adeline from Saratoga, New York. What actress lied about their age to get on a popular sitcom in the late 90s, early 2000s?
Mila Kunis. It's Mila Kunis.
Mm-hmm.
Final answer.
Yes,
Correct. For what show?
That 70s show.
Okay.
She was 14 and she said she was 18.
Mm.
Kind of very illegal.
Yeah. There's laws against that.
Wasn't Ashton Kutcher like, he was, how much older is he than her?
I don't think
I
that
don't-
much
I don't
older.
know.
Okay. 1-0, Ria and Fran. This is question number 4 to Shannon and Pat. Shout out Lauren from Columbus, Ohio. What song won Song of the Year at the 2015 Grammys? A, Thinking Out Loud. B, Rolling in the Deep. C, Stay With Me. D, Royals.
I don't think it was Royals.
Was it Stay With Me?
My gut says Stay With Me.
That's kind of my gut, too.
We're gonna go Stay With Me.
Correct.
Wow, 1-1.
On the
All right.
board.
At least we're both on the board. I thought it was going to be a no-scoring game.
Yeah.
I thought so
I
too.
did
I was
too.
nervous. I was like, this is my worst fear happening.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 5 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Shell from St. Louis. This is a Harry Potter question, but it's multiple choice, so. Hermione names 3 things her love potion smells like in the movie The Half-Blood Prince. Which of these is not one of those? A, freshly mowed grass. B, Listerine mouthwash. C, new parchment. D, spearmint toothpaste.
Mouthwash. Final answer.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't see Hermione going, smells like Listerine mouthwash.
But I mean, spearmint toothpaste.
And
Why? Because it's a
spearmint,
brand name?
yes, brand names aren't being mentioned.
That
It's a
was
little,
a
like,
that was
ad dollar.
unfortunately a very poorly structured question.
Well, here.
All right, we can't talk about every single
No.
question.
It was a good question,
I'll take
but
the blame on
putting
that.
Listerine in it is like Harry Potter. They don't know what Listerine is.
That was me. Because the original
Oh.
question wasn't multiple choice. I think it was name the 3 things. And I was like, that's too hard.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
That
I'll
is
make
hard.
it. And I said,
Oh,
I
so
was,
you put Listerine
so I was trying to think.
mouthwash.
I'm like, what could I originally wrote like pizza? I was like, that's too easy.
They turned and they were like, Listerine mouthwash
Yeah.
in the middle of Harry Potter.
Their
It's just an
teeth
ad.
sparkle.
So who wrote that question?
Shell from St. Louis.
Shell. Noah butchered your question. Yeah, sorry.
Well, if I had said just name the 3,
No,
could
I
you?
would not have gotten it. That is hard. Yeah. But all 3 of those, I remember, like when you said them, I said, yeah. So when you said Listerine mouthwash, I'm like, that's just impossible.
Smells like Coca-Cola Zero.
Yeah.
All right. 2-1, Ria and Fran. This is question number 7. Shout out Emma from London. And this is to Shannon and Pat. In Love Island Season 5, Love Island UK Season 5, who did Maura famously yell at for saying, it will be interesting to see if she's all mouth or not?
I won't lie, my friends are really into Love Island, but we have not caught on to that bandwagon.
Jump on, sister.
I gotta hop on, I guess, now. We're gonna have to pass because
Yeah, I don't even know any.
I don't even know like a random name that I could get. I mean, I guess I could guess a
Yeah,
name,
just guess
right?
a name.
Yeah.
Okay, I listened to your one yesterday. I don't know if that's the same season, but I'm gonna just
5
steal one
seconds.
of those names. I'm gonna go. I'm pretty sure one girl was named India, so that's gonna be my guess.
Incorrect. And it was a guy.
Oh, it was a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I forget his name.
I don't remember this. I mean, I do remember her saying it, but
Yeah, but she said it to the guy who she was coupled up with because they were about to go to the room, and he was like, let's see if she's all mouth, and she walked down. Is his name Danny? But the other guy's name was Danny, so was there 2 Dannys?
Curtis was the one she ended up.
Yeah, but this guy,
Was before Curtis?
yeah, and it was a whole thing, and then she
5
didn't talk to
seconds.
him, and then she was like done with him.
Danny is what you're.
But the other, no, because another guy on the season was named Danny,
Time's
so I don't
up.
think his name's Danny.
Well,
Danny.
we'll just go Danny.
Incorrect. Tom.
Tom. Yes,
Oh.
Tom.
Tom.
And the way
Big
she
name,
says Tom
too.
is so funny.
I don't recall Tom. I can't even
Really?
picture his
at all.
I can't even
He's
picture his
standing
face
with the guys,
right now.
and she's walking outside, and she's like, "What?"
I remember the moment. I just can't picture Tom's face.
oh,
That was question number 6, by the way. I said 7.
I would like to see what he looks like. Hold on. Tom. Love Island season 5. Oh, this guy. Yep. Okay. Got it. I remember him.
All right. Question number 7 now. Shout out Kelsey from New London, Minnesota. This is to Ria and Fran. In the show New Girl, what is the name of the interactive drinking game the characters constantly play?
This is our question?
Yeah.
Isn't it about like the United States?
Yeah, it's called shit.
Or is it about the presidents or something?
Ten seconds.
Something America?
5.
Drunk America?
New America? Last America?
5 is up.
I can't remember.
All right, to Shannon and Pat.
Is it our turn?
Yes.
Oh God, I'm so sorry. I was in the zone. I believe it's called Great American.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Close, but no. It's called True American.
True American.
So close.
We were all in the same. We were all close. Shit.
All right. Question number 8. Still 2-1 Ria and Fran. Shout out.
That's a good question.
Deanna. And this is to Shannon and Pat. In the song That's Just the Way We Roll by the Jonas Brothers,
Oh fuck.
what are the mom and dad said to be doing?
Do you have any idea?
No.
This is a tough one. Mom and dad. I feel like it's something simple, like what a mom and dad would do.
5 seconds.
I'm gonna go with on vacation. Ha.
No, I think it's like cooking in the kitchen, maybe.
Time is up.
Alright, go with that.
Cooking in the kitchen?
Incorrect. And just to clarify, it's like one thing for the mom, one thing for the dad.
Is it still us?
Oh no, it's to Ria and Fran. 15 seconds.
I'm just singing the same part over and
Yeah,
over.
I don't know.
5 seconds.
I feel like such an idiot today. I just
Yeah,
keep going, I don't know.
I know.
Time is
I
up.
don't feel sharp. I don't feel smart.
I got nothing.
Mom in the pool with a whale.
Yeah.
Dad painting the house different colors.
And a dad painted house different colors. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Question number 9. Still 2-1 Ria and Fran. This is to them. Shout out Asia from Gilbert, Arizona. Again.
Lyric questions are by far the hardest questions for me.
Lyric?
Yeah.
In
I'm so
Gossip
bad.
Girl, when Dan says you'd really go out with some guy you don't know, what does Serena say back?
I'm gonna hold my thoughts.
What? What?
Nothing. It's just some
There's
of the
no-
worst questions
there's
I've
no
ever heard.
context.
Are you kidding me?
There's no context to
I'm
that.
shocked that you guys don't know this because it's such a good TikTok sound, I think. It's like so...
It's like, okay, you're really gonna go out with some guy you don't know, and then she says, you're really gonna something you don't know?
I have no idea.
5 seconds.
Not even a guess. I got absolutely nothing.
Time is up. Shannon and
You
Pat.
went out with me.
That's I would have said the same thing.
To Shannon and Pat.
This is a tough one, and I know Pat definitely does not know the answer to this, so I'm on my own for this. Really gonna go out with a guy you don't know. I feel
10 seconds.
I do like where Ria, you were going with the I really, or like you really are gonna ask me that.
3
or-
seconds.
I'm gonna go with you're really gonna ask me that.
Incorrect. It's, well, you can't be worse than the guys I do know. You haven't
What?
heard that on TikTok?
No.
No.
Oh my god.
Dang.
No.
This is a tough round, guys.
Yeah.
This is tough.
Yeah, that was a really
These
hard
are one of the
question.
weirdest questions I've heard, but continue.
Sometimes I think I'd easily beat you both.
Okay, we should have a competition then.
No, I'm just
And
saying.
call
And I
it
will
Pete Rian.
be-
Because
the
how did I
host.
know that? And I never watched Gossip Girl.
All right.
Well, clearly
Okay.
you are on Gossip Girl TikTok, I guess.
No, it's just a sound that anyone uses.
Never heard it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Question number 10. And this is to Shannon and Pat. I'm gonna play a movie clip, and you tell me what movie it's from.
If you girls don't respect yourselves, then how do you expect anyone else to respect you? Right?
Don't respect me. No, don't respect me. You don't even have to remember my name.
Movie.
I feel like I should know.
I feel like you should too. You're the movie guy. Is it annoying to ask you to play it again?
I can play it again.
If you girls don't respect yourselves, then how do you expect anyone else to respect you? Right?
Don't respect me. No, don't respect me. You don't even have to remember my name.
All right. 5 seconds.
I'm gonna go. This is going on a
I'm
limb. Do you know?
I'm gonna go with American Pie. First one. I
Final
have no
answer.
idea.
Incorrect.
17 again.
Damn.
I've never seen that.
3-1. Ran
Wait, I've seen that movie 500 times.
I actually just watched it very recently, or else I would have never known that. But I did watch it like 2 weeks ago.
Me and my mom have watched that movie so many times.
That is a good one.
Great movie.
Question number 11 to Ria and Fran, who are up 3-1. Shout out Katie from Boca Raton. In Mean Girls, what does Janice tell Katie she smells like?
A baby prostitute.
Katie tells Janice that?
Janice tells Katie.
What? How?
Janice tells Katie.
Oh, Janice tells Katie.
A baby prostitute.
Yes.
Correct. All right, pulling away. 4-1.
These questions were hard.
They were hard
They
today,
were.
I think.
They were hard.
All right, 4-1 Ria and Fran. Shannon and Pat can still make a comeback here. Shout out
Fingers crossed.
Kristen from Boston. What was the Bachelorette group date challenge in Claire's season that Yosef had his memorable blowout over?
Oh, okay. Claire season. Yosef. Oh, dang. Yosef.
10
I
seconds.
want to say
Since Monday. I was actually going to say that.
something about like them having to like be
Time is
naked
up.
or something like,
Time
or
is up.
was it the polo fight in the water?
Final answer?
I'm gonna go polo fight in the water.
Incorrect. Ria and Fran.
It's funny because you just automatically, because we make the joke every season, it's like
You would think
everybody
we would
has to
know
be
it.
naked.
Yeah.
But I forget like the reason why they were all getting naked.
Wasn't it like a...
15 seconds.
I actually don't know.
Right?
I
Like, because
really
it was
don't
like,
know.
oh, they all had to,
They just had to strip down.
yeah.
5.
And I don't remember,
Wrestling
like,
match.
why. Naked wrestling.
Incorrect. Strip dodgeball.
I mean, close.
Yeah, anything naked.
We could have just put insert sport. Strip, insert sport.
Naked sport.
Oh,
All right, so
dodgeball.
4-1. Shannon and Pat could get the final three to tie it up. Send it to overtime. This is to Ria and Fran, though. Shout out Kelsey from New London, Minnesota. In Easy A, what song from a greeting card is Emma Stone's character constantly singing?
Pocket full of sunshine.
Correct.
Wow. We thought we didn't have it.
I got a pocket. I got a pocket. She
Yeah.
almost said it close. Said 1,000 times.
5-1. That seals the victory. We'll finish out the
Woohoo!
two questions.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. And you guys got all the questions I knew the answers to. And
Sometimes
I had
it's
no
that's
idea.
Believe me, sometimes that's how it falls.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes.
That's just the way
We roll.
it rolls.
Yeah. That
All
one
right.
didn't hit as hard.
Question number 14 to Shannon and Pat. Shout out Olivia from Pittsburgh. Finish the lyric. London Tipton's really great, really great, really great. London Tipton's really great. What comes after
I
that?
feel like she was like, yay me. We just watched. I actually made Pat watch The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody last night to study and prepare for this.
Well, I'm glad there was at least one question.
yeah.
I honestly think it's yay me because that's what she always says. So final answer, yay me.
Incorrect.
I don't know it.
Do you remember?
No.
London Tipton's really great, really great, really great. London Tipton's really great.
I don't know.
Buy me presents. I don't know.
I would have said yay me too.
I don't know.
Nothing.
I got nothing.
She deserves the opposite of hate, which is love.
Oh yeah, because it ends because it doesn't rhyme. So
Yeah,
she's like,
because she deserves the opposite of
hate, which is love.
which is love. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. Still 5-1. This question is
I
to...
would never would have
No,
that.
never.
Final question to Ria and Fran. Shout out Allison from Kansas City. What is the name of the YouTube series John Krasinski started at the beginning of the pandemic?
No idea.
Before he became a sellout.
I don't keep
it was
notes
just like
on what
it
shows
was
people
just-
started in the pandemic.
It was
That
just
was a
like
huge show.
good news. The Good News Show. That's gonna be my
Final
guess.
answer.
The Good News Show.
Incorrect.
Pat, you got
I
one?
think you're kind of like, yeah, I think you're kind of close to it though. I think it had something to do with that. Like it was all good news. And I think the name of it was something very simple.
Go to Suarez was just
I have
called
no
Good
idea.
News.
Like positive.
No.
10 seconds.
Good thoughts, good feelings.
Five.
No, I mean, I would have been inclined to say like the Good News Show or something like that. I really.
Time is up. Final answer?
The Good News Show. Yeah,
No,
I guess.
Yeah. Let's try that again.
You guys were all close, but it's some good news.
Some good news.
Right,
Damn it.
I mean, we were pretty close. We felt we were right there almost the whole time.
Yes, we were.
All right, 5-1 final score. Ria
Okay,
and
low
Fran.
scoring game. That was
Low
that
scoring
was a
game.
lot of hard questions.
It was
I will
hard.
say.
It's a tough
You guys
game. I hope
were great
hope we can
competitors.
come back for a rematch.
Yeah.
I honestly loved your guys' energy, so I would love for you guys to come back
I
for a
was hoping
rematch
for
sometime.
more Seinfeld questions.
I
but-
know.
Yeah,
I was told.
We should just do
I had too many
15 Seinfeld
questions.
questions. Who told you had too many?
Fran did.
You're putting 2 Harry Potter questions on there.
I just-
I can't please everyone.
In my personal opinion,
was just like, there's a lot of
in my
Seinfeld
personal opinion, there should be
One-
so many
no doubles.
subjects. There should be no doubles of one show or movie
in a round.
or theme per round.
So
I have seen
there
people.
should be one Harry Potter. If there's going to be a Jonas Brothers, there should be one Jonas Brothers, one Sweet Life, one rap,
Friends.
one like
Yeah,
that
yeah,
should
yeah.
you know?
I have seen people suggest
Categories?
a full Harry
Oh.
Potter trivia.
Absolutely
be
not.
awesome.
that
I'd be down
would
for
that
that, too.
if you were going to do that, it would just be me against somebody else.
You could do that.
Yeah.
I'll ask the questions. How about that?
Yeah.
Go head on head with Shannon.
Yeah, I'll officiate.
All right, Shannon, we'll workshop that.
I feel like too, you could get like Kelly Keegs maybe. I feel like
Yeah,
she
yeah,
could
a guest spot. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, you think
Kelly Keys would dominate. Her Harry Potter
She
trivia is
would.
way better than
She
mine.
would.
Yeah.
Really,
Let's set that
She's
up.
really good.
we should?
We should set that up.
That would be
Even
intense.
if me and Kelly played against each other, she'd crush
I don't
me.
think Fran would
Well,
ever
good
talk
luck.
to
Wouldn't
Kelly
even be
again.
close. No, I
don't know. With
I already
Kelly.
know Kelly would beat me.
No,
Oh,
I'm
you're saying
saying
as a
Kelly
team,
and
you
her
do.
as a team.
Ria's saying me and Kelly as a team should be Harry
Verse.
Potter versus
Other
two
Harry
other
Potter
Harry
super
Potter
fans.
super fans.
Yeah, I like that.
We'll workshop
That's a good
that.
idea.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so
Thanks
much
for playing, guys.
Thanks,
Bye,
guys.
nice
This was
meeting
so
you.
fun.
All right, bye.
Care of is a subscription service that ships high quality personalized vitamins, supplements, and powders conveniently to your door every month. You take a short, in-depth quiz about your lifestyle and health goals for a personalized recommendation, taking the guesswork out of what supplements are best suited for you. Care of daily vitamin packs are made of plant-based compostable film so you can stress less about your impact on the planet. Each shipment comes with a customized booklet showing you exactly what is in your individual daily packs and why it was recommended specifically for you and your health goals. Care of's convenient individual packets make traveling super easy. Just grab a few, one for each day you're gone, and your vitamin routine is set even when you're away from home. Care of is so great. The quiz is super easy. You go through what you need for your body. You don't have to go into a store and pick out all these bottles thinking that you need all these things. Care of customizes it for you so you really know that you are taking vitamins to support your needs, and super convenient. You really can travel with them anywhere. You don't have to worry about packing them into different bottles or putting them into bags, whatever it is, because it's already packaged per day for you. So you can just take the perfect amount. Care of is so great. For 50% off your first Care of order, go to takecareof.com and enter code CITO50. That's takecareof.com and enter code CITO50 for 50% off your first Care of order. All right, everyone, we are back with a very special guest. Hero Fiennes Tiffin is here. I'm by myself. It's just Fran today. No Ria, unfortunately, but I'm very excited to be talking with you, Hero. Welcome back. It's only been a couple months since the last time we got to talk.
Yeah, I remember. I just said that when they said it was going to be you guys. I was like, oh, it's nice to chat to them again. We had some technical difficulties on the last one, didn't we?
Yeah, sometimes you try and experiment with new software and it comes back to bite you in the ass. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that
sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah. So you can always fall back on trusty Zoom, which, brings us back to where we are today. And you have a full, we're in the press junket phase. The After Ever Happy movie is out September 7th. I think everyone is very excited to see how this story wraps up. How are you feeling about this coming to an end?
I don't feel like it's coming to an end because I feel like we've like said goodbye on set and then come back for junkets and then obviously because we shot 2 movies at once back to back, come back again for more junkets. As we know, film lasts forever. I'm sure they'll find a way to bring something back to life, whether it's just a fan meet and greet or just to rewatch them all years down the line, or maybe a cameo in a spin-off or something. I don't put it past Voltage and the After fan base to whip something else up. So it doesn't feel as sad as it should feel. But no, it's more that I'm just proud of the work we've done rather than sad to not do any more. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. We've done 4 films. So yeah, no, I feel good about it. I'm not too sad just yet.
Yeah, and I know everyone's going to be talking about this for a long time, so it definitely won't be over quite yet. But like you just said, you guys filmed these last 2 back to back. Was that something that you liked doing, or would you rather of them be a little spaced out?
I feel like filming 2 movies back to back is so nice in the way that you get to like keep the momentum up, and sometimes one movie feels a little bit short at times. Sometimes when you try to film in like a matter of 4 weeks, 1 week prep, it was really nice to do 2 back to back. But just because of filming during COVID, that's the only reason I would have only kind of maybe wanted to do 1, because the circumstances we were in were challenging, to be fair. We were all in the same hotel floor. And at first we thought security were there to prevent from fans and people from getting up, but we later found out they were there to keep us locked in. But no, it was fine. We all got really close. Everyone got to know each other. We had a nice little kind of Halloween party in our little private floor, and we made it work. Lots of Monopoly deal, lots of movie nights, and yeah. So filming 2 back to back wasn't such a challenge, but filming during COVID definitely was. Yeah.
You probably don't get to celebrate the end of a very successful series the way you would if you were able to go out with everybody. But we kind of left the last one on a little bit of a cliffhanger, which these movies do love to do. You think it's you think it's kind of wrapping up, in the last 5 minutes you're like, something crazy happens and you're like, oh, can't wait for the next one, which is exactly where we are. Can you talk a little bit about Hardin's headspace going into this last movie? Because he just had a pretty big family bombshell hit him.
Yeah, that scene actually, when we were in Bulgaria, we were filming at that hotel all day. And towards the end of the day, I think we had upwards of 2,000 people outside. And it was all like glass windows, which you can't really see from the way the cameras were set up. Because then obviously you're thinking, why has Hardin got 1,000+ people screaming at the window? So it felt a bit like theater in the way that we were kind of like performing almost for a crowd. But yeah, that moment is massive. And obviously kind of everything that comes after it, it's insane. I can't imagine going through that in real life. But no, there's no better person to do it opposite with Steve Moyer, who plays Vance. We love him so much. And yeah, we loved it to be continued. We love to keep people wanting more. And I think it works. So yeah.
We're going to have to wrap this one up, you would think. How do you feel about how Tessa and Hardin's love story ends?
I think when you turn on the first one, 10 minutes in, you're like, I know these guys are going to be together. But I think we do a good job of keeping everyone on their toes and making sure people don't get too comfortable. And I think that's the reality of I wouldn't ever say like toxic, but definitely turbulent relationship that they have. Requires a lot of work, and sometimes you need to take a break, and sometimes you come back, and sometimes you don't. And that's why we deliberately like to leave it open-ended. The confusion and anticipation and conversations like this where you're arguing with your friend about whether they're going to be together, whether they should, whether they shouldn't, it's always welcome. So yeah, again, no spoilers, but we do like to keep people guessing. No one's allowed to get too comfortable.
Yeah, I think a relationship like this, when you watch it on the screen, people fall in love with the couple. And sometimes, though, when you watch, you think, maybe these two shouldn't be together. Do you think that they have had a relationship that, you know, people idolize, I guess?
I get asked a lot in interviews about like whether people should idolize
them.
Yeah, as a couple. And when people say like, is it a toxic relationship? Obviously, my gut kicks in to say like, no, of course not. But I completely understand the speculation on that being the case. But ultimately, it's not a very entertaining film to watch if it's just a couple smooth sailing, no issues whatsoever. So yeah, we have to remember this is for primarily entertainment purposes. And like any piece of art, entertainment, film, TV, stories, whatever, you need to take it all with a pinch of salt. Take what you take, leave what you don't. So yeah, no, I understand it, but I do think, yeah, man, the turbulent relationship is fun to watch. We're giving you what you guys asked for. And I also think it's a typical thing of when you're outside of it, you can see all the negatives. But when you're in it, when you've got a friend who's maybe with someone who you maybe think they shouldn't be, as we know with Hardin and Tessa, you don't know exactly what they're going through, and you don't know the person as well as their partner does. So yeah, a lot of speculation, and it's good to not really find the answer. It's good to continue to be able to keep asking. But listen, if they can get to the end, then in one piece, they'll both be better for it, I'm sure.
Definitely. You and Josephine Langford have such amazing chemistry, and these are very steamy movies. How has your acting relationship changed, you think, since the first movie to this movie?
I think I'm so lucky that Joe's just been such a cool person to work with. So it was never too challenging at the start. But I don't know for her, but I was definitely in my head about those scenes, having not done them before. And then quickly, as soon as you do it, there's like 50 bored, bald cameramen in the room who don't care about what's going on. And it's just like any other scene. And they chop the scene up for you to film the first, 10 seconds of it. And then the camera position doesn't work for the rest of it anymore. So they have to move that. And you very quickly realize that it's kind of just like any other scene. But I think we've been so lucky to bring these same characters back to life so many times. It's both of our first lead roles. So to be able to do it 4 times across from someone so easy to work with and talented has been a blessing.
Going into the first one, did you guys know that you would be making this many movies, or was it we have to wait and see how the first one does, or was it kind of like we know we have a lot of room to work with here?
Yeah. So contractually, it was always going to be 4.
Okay.
And that's, I guess, how we paced ourselves story-wise.
Was that scary to
make sure we
sign up
didn't-
for?
Oh yeah, definitely. It was. I remember before I left being very like, just the fact of leaving home for a month and being in Atlanta on your own for a month when you've only probably spent a maximum of like 5 days away from home, at a time was a challenge in itself. So yeah, no, it was. But I'm just lucky, as I say, that we've been able to, with thanks to the amazing fans and all of their support, to be able to do all 4, because we always knew that was the plan. But if it doesn't go too well, we're not going to be able to complete all 4. But I'm so glad that we did, and it's a massive thank you to all the fans and their support.
You said you hadn't really left home that much. How did you explain what these movies were going to be to your family?
That's a good question. I wasn't the quickest to run back and put After One on in front of mum and dad.
Fair.
But my mum's always been supportive and understanding of what it is. And I think, to be honest, as like a young boy jumping straight into a romance, at first I was obviously reluctant to jump in and have a room full of guys who will come and watch it. But then, like, over time you grow up, and I have nothing but pride for the work that we've done. I've enjoyed the whole process, and I think it's made me learn and grow so much as a person as well. Step outside your comfort zones, and when you want to be an actor as a boy, I had a very different idea from doing movies with like 4 or 5 sex scenes and that kind of relationship. But no, I've loved every minute of it, and I think it's been a real like learning curve. But no, to answer your question, I wasn't in a rush to come back and show all the guys my 5 sex scene per film romance. But now they love it, and yeah, I'm so proud and grateful for all of it.
I remember last time we spoke, I think you told a story about your brother. And was that something where he was kind of, giving you crap about Harry Potter? Then I was like, wait, this was actually kind of cool. Did he have a similar reaction with these movies? Like, was there a lot of brotherly jokes?
I'm sure. Do you know what? I don't think he personally has actually watched these movies yet. And I don't say to anyone, like, whatever the film is, I'm not about to go back and be like, what? You haven't watched my film? Like, go watch my film. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's fair. So it's just about making enough movies where you get some people who will love all the afters and not love much of the other stuff. And you'll get some people like my brother who might prefer the other stuff and not so much this. And I think that's fair. I think that's fine. But no, he has nothing bad to say about it. Of course, he's so proud and lets me know that. So yeah, but again, I'm not in a rush to be like, bro, why have you not watched all my after films? I just, hopefully people watch the films on their own accord, and that's the real.
Let's break it down. Let's talk about it.
Yeah.
It's been such a global sensation, honestly, all across the world. People love these movies. Where have you been that you have felt like these movies are insane? Do you get recognized? Do you get recognized a lot when you're in LA, or is it less at home, or more when you're traveling? Where do you get the biggest response?
It's definitely less at home. LA is not too frequently either. It's funny because like I'll go to a football match and it's all a bunch of older guys and I'm like, okay, I'm safe here. Yeah. And then you might go to like a night out where you're like, oh, okay, slightly younger crowd, maybe more girls. I'm probably going to get more noticed here. So I'm kind of enjoying the phase where I can kind of identify the demographic that will notice me.
Yeah.
But Brazil, I remember when we went and did the press tour for the first one, the reception coming off the plane in Brazil was crazy. I remember a woman with like a probably 6-month-old baby, like sprinting full speed, like trying to follow us to the car. And I was so worried that she was going to drop that baby, man. I still think about it to this day sometimes. But she didn't drop the baby, so we're fine. And the enthusiasm is welcomed and appreciated. Yeah, but yeah, I think the fans in Europe, South America, and all over the world, as you said, like so supportive and enthusiastic. But it's lucky I get to keep some anonymity at home. I still get noticed every now and then, but it's all right. I can still walk the streets and live a normal life. So
it's funny you mentioned that because I do feel like Brazil is the one that fans joke about the most because anytime a pop star, or anybody, actor, megastar, like is on Instagram Live, or you look at their comments or anything, it's always people saying, "You have to come to Brazil. We love you here. We love you here."
Yeah.
And they live up to the hype. It seems they put their money where their mouth is.
I can vouch for them there for sure.
Yeah, social media is such a big factor, and there's so many fan accounts, and people reshare so much about these movies. You kind of keep a little quiet on social media. Is that purposeful, or is it just not really for you?
It's not like a tactical master plan. It's not like I'm itching to post and I'm just like, no, I can't because we've got this long-winded plan. But I feel like social media for me, I kind of like grew up as it was kind of becoming popular. So I'm learning as I go, like anyone. And then overnight, my boy texted me one morning saying, "You're verified," and you've got 100,000 followers. And from that moment, for a while, I think I was like, okay, let me just keep my distance from this and not try and live through this, and just focus on real life and the people I meet in person or on Zoom, and just focus on that. And I feel like now there's kind of like a secondary effect of like, I guess when I do post, it feels like a bit more impactful because I'm not just oversaturating pointless stuff. But then there are times when I feel like maybe I should probably post more. I know the fans would like to see what's going on. So yeah, still a learning curve. I think I still go through kind of phases, but yeah, I enjoy having it there to post every now and then. And I think it's healthy to kind of, especially when you live a relatively like public life, doing interviews like this quite frequently, it makes sense to save some of your privacy for yourself. So yeah, it's a balance. I'm still learning the right balance for it, but yeah,
it's funny because I do think that there is, because so many people are so heavily on it, there's almost like an air of mystery, because you go on, it's like, oh my God, this guy's like 8 million followers, he's got like 6 posts. Like it's fun, but it's also fun from my end of it because we prepare for interviews. We don't really know. We can watch old interviews, but so much you can learn from someone from social media. And a lot of the people we talk to, we feel like we already know them. So sometimes you lose the getting to know someone, having that conversation, which I've really enjoyed with you. Honestly, doing these past couple interviews have been really nice. So
I'm glad.
Yeah, there is something. There's definitely a plus to it somewhere. Do you scroll? Like, are you on Instagram? Are you on TikTok? Are you on Twitter?
To be fair, I'm only on Instagram, and I only have Instagram. Like, I don't have a secret account. I used to have Twitter, and then when everything started kind of blowing up, I was like, let me just delete Snapchat, delete Twitter. I'll just do Instagram since it's going to be for the public. And that's the kind of other reason, is like you're catering for like everyone in the world rather than like just your friends. And what you post just for your friends might be different for what you want the whole world to see. So it's kind of almost easier to take that step back and you know, like you say, save it for when you meet people in person.
Yeah.
But no, Twitter is hilarious. I do miss Twitter, I have to say. But even just on Instagram, I do scroll every now and then. And it's entertaining, and the algorithm, how quickly it caters for what you want to see, is kind of scary too. I go on YouTube a lot as well, to be fair. But they all have that same algorithm with the shorts now, where like you click on one and you're suddenly like lost in the matrix for like an hour and a half. And then you look up and your vision's all like short-sighted because you've been inside the screen for ages. So I don't think I need any more distractions on my phone. YouTube and Instagram do enough. But yeah, admittedly, I am still on there. As much as I don't post too much, I do keep up to date, watch my friends' stories, see what other people post, and they've all kind of morphed into sharing a lot of the same things. So you'll come across a lot of the same stuff. You have a massive month of September coming up. This movie, After Ever Happy, is coming out on the 7th, like I said. After that, you have The Woman King. How are you gearing up for September? Would you say this is one of the most exciting months you've ever had coming up? Yeah, definitely. It definitely is. I'm so excited for everyone to see The Woman King, just because it's such a different character. And also, like, the After fans have been so supportive and encouraging. I also, like, specifically, I'm excited like for them to see me in a different light as an actor, not just as Hardin, because I think I'm so appreciative of all the support, but I'm almost like more appreciative when people see me as Hero, who plays Hardin and a bunch of other characters, rather than just being kind of stuck in that. So I'm really excited to hear hear what the after fans have to say and what they think, and everyone else in the world. Can't wait for the Woman King to come out.
Yeah, the trailer looks amazing, but it's such a good point. I think sometimes actors talk about how doing a franchise like this, you get afraid of being stuck as that character. But when you do the franchises like this, the fan bases are so loyal that no matter what you do after this, there will be eyeballs. People will be watching. It could be like the smallest thing ever. It could be the biggest thing ever. And they'll definitely be there to support you. So that's got to be a cool feeling.
It definitely is. And I've been aware of it for a while. I think it's like, everyone says it's like a family, but like there's people from all over the world who have like set up charities to donate for charities that I've like shown interest in, and people who have made like lifelong friends because of it, all the way down to like me personally and them supporting my work in the future. Is so much more than just making a film that a few people like and enjoy and then forget about. Like it really has become like a part of people's lives, and like it's, as you say, it's going to support me so much going forward and kind of give me the freedom to not have to just chase certain specific things that want to further your career, but also just do what you're passionate about and what you enjoy. Because as you say, no matter how big or small, it will still get, incredible support. And I go on and do other films where producers are like, oh my God, like your fans are so supportive and they've picked up this film and run with it and they've repost and share. And it's like, it's so nice for me to inherently feel like I'm doing a good thing because fans and supporters of After are now doing a good thing for my friends. If I shout out a clothing brand, or if I like, as I say, do a small role in a different movie, they pick it up and run with it, and love just spreads infinitely. So no, it's a blessing. I'm so grateful to them always.
Yeah, the Hero fan accounts are going to have a busy couple weeks coming up with everything that they're going to be watching and posting, and I'm sure you're going to have a ton of press and things like that. What is your favorite and least favorite part of doing these kind of junkets where you have to rapid fire go through interviews?
Oh, that's a good question. Traveling, being able to like travel the world and meet new people is something that, especially when I look back, I remember being like, oh my God, we've just finished the first one and we're on the road for like a month and a half. And then you look back and it's like, I'm so lucky. I've been to so many different places and met so many different people. Obviously, you do get the same questions a number of times and have to repeat the same thing and try and sound interesting. And part of you wants to be like, can you not just watch the interview from before? But obviously, I completely understand it. The game is the game. And I just appreciate everyone taking time out to be here and ask the questions and support. But I have to say, speaking to you, and I say you guys, because I know it's not just you usually, yes. It's so nice when you have conversations that vary and are different, and it's always nice to talk to you guys because it feels a lot more kind of like colloquial and chill, like a real conversation. And sometimes it can be a little bit sterile, but I'm sure if I spoke to you for hours, I'd quite enjoy to speak with someone who's a bit more straight to the point. So the pros and cons, everyone has their place. It's just nice to meet so many different people. Absolutely. All over the world. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully we can mix it up. Ria and I do like to think that we can mix it up a little bit more, so it's not the same stuff. We are gonna wrap up, but what I didn't bring up with you last time, which I honestly got a little flack for it, because when I did look at your Instagram, I'm like, oh, this guy's a big West Ham fan. And my boyfriend has decided that he took up he went to one game and he came back to the States and was like, we're West Ham fans. We watch every game. Like, he's got all his memorabilia now. He has his jersey. He goes to the bars at like 7 a.m. in the city to watch the games.
Yeah. I know the struggle. Sorry, let me let you finish, but I'm so happy for you guys. Go on.
Yeah. I wanted to. He was like, did you tell him, come on, you Irons, when you ended? And I was like, oh, I totally forgot. He was like, well, what the heck? So
what was the point?
Yeah, he's like, why'd you even talk to him for that long if you didn't bring it up? So I have to end with that, at least here now, and bring that up for you. And I mean, how much do you love going to those games?
I really do. I really do. Yeah, man, I love it. It's also the reason for the fact I'll probably lose a lot of hair on my head very soon in life. But yeah, you don't pick your team picks you. We love you, West Ham. We're massive everywhere we go. We're international, clearly. Tell your boyfriend I said welcome, and thank you for enduring a lot of misery in advance. But it will all be worth it somehow, some way. But I'll do it with you in 3, 2, 1. We'll say, "Come on, you irons!" Yeah, come on, you irons. 3, 2, 1.
Come on, you irons. Come on, you irons. I gotta do it with an accent though, right?
Yeah. I've got my ring on too.
That's awesome. Well, Hero, thank you so much for chatting with me again. Everyone can watch After Ever Happy on September 7th. The movie will be in theaters, so you can head to your theater. I know I saw some listings in the city, New York City, for when the movie comes out on that date, which is very exciting. So everybody can go check that out. The Woman King will be out shortly after that, and we can't wait to watch both. Thank you so much, Hero.
My pleasure. It's always so nice talking to you. Thank you again.
No problem.
All the best. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office. I thank you guys for listening. Hope you had a wonderful weekend and you are ready to have a fantastic week. Make sure you tune in to Cutting Stems tonight after The Bachelorette on our YouTube, Chicks in the Office. We love you guys, and we'll talk to you on Wednesday.